So, all right, I got a million things I want to ask you. Let's just start with Jay-Z, because that's all in the news. Jay-Z has partnered with the NFL.
Yes.
I understand Robert Kraft is the one who brought them together.
Robert's got a lot of hip-hop points the past couple of years.
Isn't that amazing? Because he's an owner.
Got Meek free, got jerked off. All in line with rapper shit. You know you like that one.
Okay, so
no insult, though. I like Mr. Kraft.
But the internet is on Jay-Z like Beyonce's sister in an elevator. I mean, because, of course, we had the Super Bowl, and Colin Kaepernick still doesn't have a job in the NFL.
Does not.
And there was a lot of pressure from a lot of people saying, you artists, Maroon 5 played the gig, but they got shit for doing it. Some people stayed away. Some people are now saying that Jay-Z is giving NFL cover. Eric Reed, he's a Pro Bowler for the Panthers.
Hell of a player.
He said, it looks like your goal, talking to Jay-Z, was to make millions by assisting the NFL in burying Colin's career. I don't agree with that, but I want your take.
Being a black American is a duality, right? And I navigated because I was raised in Atlanta. So when Atlanta Super Bowl came last year, I stood up in one of the meetings and I raised hell about there not being a social climate involved. Meaning, I said at least you could have 12 kid shadow producers and learn how to produce a show. We have an arts and theater school that Outkast came out of, Tri-City. My school, Frederick Douglass High School, arts program. I was like, simple as that, you can do that, right? I saw how our communities got decimated when Major League Baseball kind of pulled out years ago. They found another genetic pool down in the Dominican Republic they could get much cheaper, right?
Are we still talking about Jay-Z?
Yeah, we are. Follow me. Because what we're really talking about is sports plantations and what fuels them. Right? So the NFL is fueled by talent from black kids and poor and working class white kids that make good. Jay-Z has been a capitalist his entire career and a celebrated one because he was one of us that made it out the streets, made it in the rooms, and he did what he could when he should. When the Grammys did not show the hip-hop portion, Jay-Z boycotted. I know because I boycotted that same year. Only Grammy I ever won. I was sad as hell after. But I stood in solidarity. Jay-Z's play, I believe, not only gives us a seat at the table, young people, young black America, it doesn't destroy what Cap knelt for. What he knelt for was proper treatment of us by state agents, the police. That does not end with him getting a job. The same way him kneeling is not an insult to the military. It is, as an American, asserting your First Amendment rights, saying something is wrong. So on both sides of this polarized issue that we're given to narrow these wide issues and giving this narrow frame to argue, like Chomsky said, we shouldn't do that. Look for the tertiary agreements. I believe that if Jay-Z becomes his team owner, Cap gets a tryout.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, I mean, I won't read this whole quote, but the quote is basically saying, time for action.
Yes.
And to me, it sounds like he's been talking to Obama.
No.
You know, that Jay-Z has. No. Because this is Obama to me. Let's do something real. Let's get something done. Let's not let the perfect be the enemy of the good.
But the African-American community would argue that Obama didn't do that. There are elements, the same elements that would argue that Jay-Z's betraying. There's an element to argue out of the African-American community that's not very pleased with Obama. Now, I'm not here to castigate. I'm just simply saying we are not monolithic.
No.
We have different views. And around Jay-Z, there was a mayor in Atlanta named Maynard Jackson. When he took mayoralship, this is what he said. We're going to have a seat at this table, so 29% of any contract that comes across the city has to be African-American participating and owned. He couldn't find one African-American architecture firm at that time, so you know what he did? Hired black contractors to build the runways. He said, if you can build a driveway, you can build a runway. So although he couldn't include us in architecture, he got black companies like the Herman Russell Company working to build Fulton County Stadium, to build that. And that's what Jay's doing. And with that said, I'm a huge supporter of Kaepernick.
All right.